Coach Reed's opening statement.
The first thing I'd like to say is that South Dakota State played a great game. I think they're playing the best of anyone in our league right now. I think that's very evident. So with that, they're just playing great basketball. And so give them a lot of credit. I really feel terrible for one of our guys. You know, undoubtedly our top scorer and so forth. We're not going to compete without our top scorer in the lineup. But you know what? That doesn't take away from everyone else in that setting. But that doesn't take away either from South Dakota State. Once again, they're playing the best of anyone in this league right now. But I feel terrible for Jackson, the kind of person he is. And the last game of the year, guys played tremendous basketball and not have a chance to be in there. And I'm sure that they would love to have him in the lineup too. You know, because you know you're taking our leading rebounder and top scorer out of the lineup from the first to basically a minute. With that being said, just a great job by South Dakota State. I'll let these guys talk and we'll get from there.
Questions for the student athletes, and please raise your hand and identify yourself. Sorry, I'll start you.
Brian Everson, Senior Spectrum. Ray, you had 9 points and 6 boards in the first half. How much did having you guard Nate take away from you in the second half in the foul trouble?
You know, Nate's a good player. He's a great player. You know, he's really crafty and he's really good at getting you in foul trouble. So, you know, as you guard him, you keep your fouls in mind. And you know, like when he penetrates, you kind of have to back up, but you don't want to let him score at the same time. So as a player and a competitor, you know, sometimes you just, you know, you foul him. So, I mean, he wears you down, you know, throughout the course of a game. You know, he plays 40 minutes, you know, and you can tell he's in great shape. But, you know, I feel like I'm in great shape as well, you know. So it's just really a mental game. You know, it's just you have to play with him the whole game.
Damon, you had a big game last night. Did you feel when Jackson went out that it put some of the scoring pressure on you as well?
I mean, Jackson leaves a big hole when he gets hurt like that. I mean, it's a big hole to fill, but I mean, we've been a team all year. I mean, we've had 4 guys with double figures all year, so I mean, I didn't really feel like I needed to step up. I felt like offenses were getting people shots, and I hit a couple, and so I mean, I think the offenses was really what tried to fill Jackson's hole.
Third row.
Matt Pock, WXOU Radio. You guys did a great job of hanging in there in the first half. You know, they just talked about in their press conference how they felt that you guys were really taking it to in the first half, even after Jackson went out. Can you talk about what was going through your heads when he went down and then through that first half when you guys played so well?
I mean, first half, I mean, I didn't think we played that well. I mean, I think we weren't executing. Defense was wasn't the best, but I mean, I think because we were playing with such effort that it was sort of paying off for us and keeping us in the game. But I mean, coming into the second half, we sort of didn't pick it up that much, and we sort of dropped off a little bit, sort of effort-wise, and I mean that's when they were able to go on a run, and we never were able to recover from that.
When Jackson went down, you know, I really didn't know how bad it was. You know, I saw him, you know, go to the locker room, and I didn't know if he was just going to get taped and come back and, you know, have a great game like he always does. And so after halftime, when we went in halftime, that's when it really set in that, you know, Jackson was pretty much done for the night, and you know that hurt. You know, knowing that we weren't going to have our leading scorer on the floor. You know, we started with Jackson for 30-some games, and you know, so we have a chemistry coming out of halftime of not having that. So it's definitely a blow to the stomach, but. I mean, we pieced together and we tried to rally together and say we were going to win it for him so he could just rest up for tomorrow. And, you know, things didn't go our way, but, you got to give your hats up to him.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Great job.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Great job, fellas. Great job.
We'll go ahead and continue on with questions for Coach Reed.
Coach, can you just talk about the emotions of this after the upset and losing Jackson, what was going through against the players' minds, and just the mindset in the locker room?
Well, the first thing is I felt sorry for the young man. You know, I mean, I basically have seen it all. but this game is for players. And when a guy has the kind of strength and character that he has for our basketball team, you know, I feel bad for him, and I feel bad for the rest of the guys. I mean, let's just take, let me put it in perspective for our team and their team. Take Nate Walters, who has the ball in his hands all the time when it counts, the whole game. When we need a play, I mean, Jackson is our Nate Walters. When we need a basket, that's who you go to. I mean, that's the guy. And you know what he does? Just like Nate Walters, he responds. He has all year. And when you don't have that kind of guy, you know, you got to have that kind of guy in your lineup that when you need a basket, you know, momentum, maybe they get a couple, and you can go, and he capitalizes, you're right there. So it just really has a big void when you take a player of that magnitude out of your lineup and try to beat. Now, once again, I've said this team is the best team in the league right now, and it's going to be tough to beat a team like that when we're shorthanded. It's not like we got all the depth in the world in the first place. So, you know, we've been pretty fragile all year, and guys, just I can't say enough about this basketball team. You know, it ends. You know, somewhere along the line, in basketball, there's only one team that's going to end up winning, and every team in America is going to go in a locker room just like we are right now, and they're going to walk out of that locker room, and they're going to look back and they build memories, and our guys have built memories, and the memories they have built this year in a great league is every game they've competed. Well, I mean, if you look at our scores and so forth, probably the team that's beat us the best, that we probably we've had the most trouble was South Dakota State. Now, at our place, going down, we were right there. But everybody else, but South Dakota State has basically been a team that's, you know, pretty well handled us easier than anybody else probably.
You guys have really struggled to contain Nate now in all three of the games. Obviously, he's a special player. Was there anything different you guys were really trying to try that Jones guarded and foul trouble?
Well, not really. We had a lot more game plan that I think could have helped a little bit. But when Jackson went down, then that turned a little bit about what we wanted to do, maybe to try to negate Walters a little bit. But you know, the thing that makes them a great basketball team is they got great shooters. And when you can take big guys like they have, Dykstra and people like that, then you have a point guard that's got great court vision. You know, a lot of guys, most point guards, and he's just a great player because he has such peripheral vision. And when he penetrates, you know, you can double, and he can see everybody. You know, reminds me of Jock Stockton, who played for the Jazz. He always knew where he had an outlet, and when he went to the basket, he never got himself in trouble because he always knew where outlets were and always made the right pass. He could, you know, eyes in the back of his head. So you know, you can do a lot of things, but you know, he's a great player. But you know, you don't ever want to take away from those other 4 or 5 guys that play. You know, they're good basketball players. I'd take every one of them and start them on my team. And they got maybe a couple on the bench that I'd start on our team too. So that's what kind of basketball team they have. I'd like to say this, you know, for people here in South Dakota, you guys do a great job running this tournament. The hospitality has been great, and I don't know, you know, you got to say this about people that host the teams. Those guys, you know, take away from their jobs and so forth, but I'm going to tell you what, those guys, and the guy that we had, Ryan, has just been a peach. I mean, so what you learn is you say, hey, if that guy's from South Dakota, it's Sioux Falls boy, you're going to have great memories of that at this place, because if that's the kind of people here, that says a lot about what's here. I know we got media from other places and all that, but they've done a great job here running this tournament, and it's nice. I mean, I've been through there, and people would complain like crazy. You don't hear me say having a flipping, you know, that's a Utah word, by the way. So, okay, most people say it a little bit different. The thing that I would say is to have that kind of atmosphere, even though, you know, a lot of people say it's a home crowd, and I've been through people complain, you know, that hey, it's not a neutral site and all that, but hey, that's what basketball is. And I've also been where it's hosted by the school that wins it, and they don't always win either, even on their home floor. So it's a great tournament. It's been great to be a part of it, and all that. So if there's not any other questions.
Any other questions for Coach?
Yes, sir.
Around here.
Can you just kind
Yeah, I
of
like you. You're a good guy. I like answering questions. You know, I mean, I can talk basketball for days. So,
Yeah, can you just elaborate just on general thoughts on this, you know, being your last Summer League tournament?
well, yeah, I can do that. I'll try to do it quickly. I don't do things very quickly. But let me just say this. It's been great to be a part of this league because, at least from the coaches that I've been, and like I said yesterday, this league is rated as number 12 in America. It doesn't get enough credit. Now, you got to understand how many leagues are in this country. You know, I mean, it's been ahead of the WAC. Now, I've been a part of the WAC over the years and stuff. It's a weak WAC this year, but I'm just saying it's a great league. And so we have, at Southern Utah, we have been so appreciative to have a league to play in. You know, the thing that I would say, everybody always complains that they come to our place. We do that every other week. I just want to tell you, some of you, we get up 4 o'clock in the morning every time we go on the road to play in this league. We get up 4 o'clock, take a 2.5-hour bus ride, and we go to Vegas. And then because, we try to save money, then we'll fly to usually Denver or something like that. We'll wait there 2 or 3 hours, then we'll fly someplace else, get on a bus for 2 hours more and get to a place about 9 o'clock at night. After get up at 3:30 and then practice and then try to win a ball game the next day. I got a kick out of when St. Mary's played at Murray State in Kentucky. And the announcer, oh man, they're going to have a tough time winning. Shoot, they had a 2.5-hour bus ride to get to Kentucky. I said, holy smoke, that's a start. That's a start's our situation. So what I'm saying is, our basketball team, if anybody ever knew what we do, and go out there to compete like they have in a great league, it has been unbelievable. It's been a monster league for our basketball team. And so all I'm saying is I know Southern Utah has been very appreciative to have a league to play in, and you know what? We would have walked if we had to be in a league. And so that's how great it is for our team. Now, going into the new league is a great thing for our school, just because of, proximity. Maybe, some of our people, before I got there, they didn't even, I went recruiting at Southern Utah when I got there my first year, and every home I went in, people were saying, are you Division II? Division II? I said, you got to be kidding me. But I know, because Roger Reed was at Southern Utah, people know it's a Division I school right away. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.